Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I am Dr. Scott Packer, and this is the 9 Minute Podcast. And thank you so much for being a part of it with me. This is episode 3 of the 9 Minute Podcast. Appreciate those of you that have joined. And it doesn't matter what avenue you come through, which social media stream. But if you watch the services out of the chapel services on the weekends, or you watch the shorts messages that I post, or the 9 Minute Podcast, I'm just appreciative for you and being a part of what's going on. And it is my prayer, as always, that something will be said that will cause you to hope again. So I have some thoughts that I want to talk to you about in regards to industrialism. So I'll talk about that here in just a minute. But I do want to say that if you do tune in all the time, those of you that like and you subscribe and you get the notifications of when the messages are posting, you know that for the month of November, what we are doing is my Venmo is always posted, and you can contribute to that. And for the month of November, every dime that comes in is going to go to the food shelter, food banks, and also the clothing, because of so many that are in need. It originally started this because of the SNAP benefits, but if that does continue back, whatever they're doing in Washington, we are still going to be raising that money and giving it, because there are needy people, whether the government is shut down or not. And so we just want to continue to be a blessing in our part of the world. It's not a political statement. It's actually the call of the church. And so that's what I'm doing. So if you want to contribute, you can. Those of you that have, we certainly do appreciate it. If you don't have to contribute, you say, Dr. Packer, I'm trying to take care of my own home, then you absolutely should do that. We have to take care of the home first, because we cannot give out from empty coffers. So you definitely take care of the home front. Those of you that have been blessed and have contributed, thank you very much. All through the month of November, that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, let's talk a little bit about this. What do I mean by industrial or industrializing? So I want you to think back for just a minute. I am 54 years old. I remember going to places like McDonald's and Burger King, not only now, but when I was younger. And I remember as a kid going to, let's just say, McDonald's. And no, this video is not sponsored by McDonald's. However, if Ronald wants to step up, or Burger King, I'll take the king or the clown. Doesn't make any difference to me. But McDonald's was a happy looking place. It was a happy place. It was colorful. It was, it had a play place in it, and you could walk in there and they had, benches with Ronald McDonald on it. You could sit on the bench with Ronald, and it just seemed like a real happy place. Just, colorful was the main thing. It was very inviting. It was very colorful. It was very, come in, bring your kids and enjoy your time here at McDonald's. If you've seen the McDonald's today, those of you that are my age and older know they look very different. They look very different. Most of the restaurants, especially the fast food places, do. They look very, very different. They look very much like office buildings. It's almost as if we went from the inviting, come on in, sit down, to this is an industrial place. Get your stuff and get out, move through. Now, a lot of that has to do with the life that we live and the time that we're living in, because people don't have a lot of time. You would think that with social media and computers and cell phones and all that we have, that it would have made life easier, but it really hasn't. I mean, we've really tied ourselves to things that take our time. Used to be your computer was on your desk. You didn't carry it with you. Then there came a laptop, and then you could carry that with you, but you could still set the laptop down. Now our phones are our computer. We're tied right there. Used to, the phone had a cord to it. People call the house, and if you were not there, you didn't answer. You could have an answering machine there answer for you. Now the phone is with you all the time, and we don't have to call. We can text. And you would think all of this that makes things convenient now has really made us busy. But the inviting nature of the building just looks so different. And I'll tell you what kind of stuck in my mind was a gentleman that I worked with took his family to Niagara Falls, and they stayed in Buffalo. And he said across the street from the hotel that they were in was a Wendy's. So his son, who's 7, said, "Dad, I want some chicken nuggets." So he goes to the front desk, and they say, "Oh, there's a Wendy's across the street." So he walks across the street, and he doesn't see a Wendy's. He sees a bunch of big, cold, office, industrial buildings, his words. And he says he walks across, and he sees on one of the buildings, a big gray building, a Wendy's sign that's slapped on the wall. And he goes in and he says, "Man, you guys don't make this place look very inviting." And they were saying, "What are you talking about? This is what Wendy's looks like. This is what Wendy's is going to." Cold, industrial. My fear is that would happen with the church. The inviting nature of the church, that it would get lost. I think it has to some degree. But my prayer is that it doesn't become so industrial. People say, and I have said this before with talking with pastors and my role as a bishop, the church is a business. There is a business side of it because there's money involved and there's programs involved. But the biggest business that we are in is people, and not using people, but that people are able to have their lives affected and filled and touched with the power of God and with the power of goodness. So as the world may become more industrial, let's keep ourselves open. Let's not lose our friendliness. That's what's most important.